Check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Check. 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 Check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. I'm getting levels now. Yo, 1 count. Called strike 2. Foul ball. Still 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Hit center field. Trying to get under it. And it is caught for out number 1. Looks like we're still getting levels here, so apologize for the audio issues earlier. It is still a beautiful day here in Staunton, Virginia. It is still Braves baseball, and I'm still Ethan Dufresne on the call tonight. So far, obviously 0-0, top of the second. Two good innings of baseball from a pitching standpoint. Not much to say hitting-wise. Couple walks strewn. Now, as that one goes for a ball. So, as I mentioned earlier, that none of you guys could hear from a technical issue standpoint. Waynesboro is 0-1. They were the second game that was played last night of 2. So, Staunton and Covington played, was game 1. Waynesboro lost to the Harrisonburg Turks 12-10 last night. Those were the only 2 games that played because of the weather in the Shenandoah Valley area. So both of these teams have a game under their belt. Looking forward to bounce back. If you're Waynesboro, looking to bounce back. Trying to start a winning streak if you're the Braves. Is that one? It's called a strike. Full count. 1 out. Starting pitcher tonight is Mason Tompkins for the Braves. As he throws his 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for out number 2. Jackson Pate's batting 7th tonight for the Generals. So that ball goes outside by Tompkins. So talking a little bit about Jackson Pate here. He's from Calhoun, Georgia. He's a sophomore. He's playing his ball at Jacksonville State University. The Gamecocks, who just recently joined the Conference USA in the new sweep of FCS teams moving up to the FBS level and the D1 level. Fully D1 level in terms of other sports. As it is a 2-0 count for Pate right now. Tompkins throws the pitch. Hit into the infield, missed. So that's going to be a base hit for Jackson Pate and the first hit of the game for the Waynesboro Generals. Still 2 outs. Peyton Shipman batting 8th tonight for Waynesboro. Plays his college ball at the University of Delaware. The Blue Hens looking to at least advance Jackson Pate from first into scoring position. So that first ball goes inside for a ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Called strike 1. Even count. With the audio issues we had earlier, I'd like to mention the fact that for the first time this season and the first time in what seems like it's been a while, ever, or even ever, for Staunton Braves, the ball fell into our booth up here. Camera's safe. Everybody in here's safe. But a foul ball made its way into the booth. Maybe wanted to do some color commentary with me tonight. Swing and miss as Pate attempts to steal second, but it's not going to matter because there was no contact. So that is the end. We're going end of the top of the first.
Giving up. We all get to see that. I have another giveaway. We have a lot to.
I'd like to thank Chick-fil-A for feeding the Braves tonight, coaches and players. If anyone or any group that you may know is interested in providing a post-game meal for the Braves coaches and players, please come and see Miss Joyce at your best convenience. So again, starting pitcher for tonight for Waynesboro is number 49, Jack Dickinson, playing his college ball at Niagara University. Strong top of the first for him.
Go get your prize.
As we go into the bottom of the second, it's great seeing everybody out here tonight. Lots of Braves fans. We had music at the Moxie tonight. Goodson Band had a fantastic performance from 5 to 7 before the game. A lot of old country hits, even a little AC/DC finale. It was a fantastic way to start the evening and a wonderful baseball game that we have coming up. So, batting for Staunton right now. As Dickinson hits the 0-1. Number 24, our catcher, Michael Urbaniak, getting the start tonight as Ty Gillespie started yesterday. So his first action of the season. So that ball goes inside for a 2-1 count. Two-one count. Hit into left field. That's going to be a base hit for Urbaniak. His first at-bat of the season. Batting 100 so far. Batting 1,000 so far. Number 21, our second baseman, Zach Pachewski from Dallas, Pennsylvania, playing his college ball for the Radford Highlanders in Radford, Virginia. Not ridiculously far from where we're at right now. As his first pitch goes outside. The 1-0. Ball 2. Take a moment to recognize these Staunton Braves uniforms. Looking very Cincinnati Reds-esque if you're referring to their City Connect jerseys. As Dickinson tries to pick off Urbaniak at first base. Could not get it down in time. Still 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on and tipped for a foul ball, so Brainiac's going to have to go back to first base. 2-1 count. Tries to pick him off again, cannot do it. Here's a third pickoff attempt. That one's not going to work either. The 2-1 pitch. Hit into right field. Can that land? That's going to land foul. Looked like maybe Shipman could have gotten under it, but just a little too far ahead of him to make the play. 2-2 count. Two count. Swung on and missed for out number one. Strikeout for Dickinson. Drew Beard is up next for Staunton Braves. Playing center field tonight. Playing his college ball at James Madison as well. As another pickoff attempt is failed by Dickinson. Urbaniak tries to steal. Can he make it to second base? Yes, he can. Safe at second base. Runner in scoring position for Drew Beard now. Looking to score the first run of the game. 0-1 count. The 0-1 count. Swung on and missed in the dirt for a 0-2 count. Looks like that ball was tipped. The 0-2. Just a bit outside. 1-2 count for Drew Beard. One-two pitch. Little bit high. 2-2 even count. Two-two. Called strike. Drew Beard is caught looking for Dickinson's second strikeout of the side. Runner stays at second base. Hartley Rahman, the designated hitter, is getting the 8 slot tonight for Staunton. Rahman, another James Madison University baseball player from Richmond, Virginia. 1-0 count. I'm going to redo that pitch. The 1-0. Called strike one, even count 1-1. The 1-1 tipped foul for a 1-2 count. Rahman, the youngest of the 4 James Madison Dukes that are on this Braves roster. Interesting to watch him follow some older guys on the team. Hopes definitely is going to help in some way build that chemistry. The 2-2. Called high for a full count for Rahman. Full count. Called high and a walk for Rahman. Runners on first and second now for Staunton.
From Radford.
Matt McGovern, the Chester, Virginia kid, gets the nod in right field and batting ninth. Playing his college ball, also for the Radford Highlanders. Empty count. Down in the dirt for a 1-0 strike count. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. An aggressive swing. Looked like that had a lot of velocity. If he made contact, that could have been disastrous for the Generals. Even count. Here's the pitch. Called outside for a 2-1 count. The 2-1. Swung on and missed an aggressive swing again from McGovern. Even count 2s with 2 outs and 2 men on base in the second inning. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. So Dickinson striking out the side for Waynesboro. As we move to the top of the third, still a scoreless ball game. I'd like to thank Dave Brooks Electric again tonight. So for those of you guys who weren't either here at the ballpark yesterday or weren't watching yesterday, if this is your first Braves game this season, first of all, welcome. We're happy you're here. But Dave Brooks Electric help donate their equipment so that we could complete our backstop netting project back here in the behind home plate, which protects us here in the press box, but also protects the fans that are directly under us. So it is an extremely crucial part of not just Valley League baseball operations, but baseball operations in general. So we're extremely grateful for, once again, Dave Brooks Electric for helping us out and keeping our fans and our coaches and staff members safe this evening as we enjoy a beautiful, slightly chilly night in Staunton, Virginia, John Moxley Stadium. Looking forward to seeing how this one folds out. It's Mason Tompkins back out here. And it is hit deep into center field, but not deep enough. Caught by Beard for out number one. Seth Buchanan back at the top of the order for the Waynesboro Generals. Buchanan, a senior, apologies. As the pitch from Tompkins looks like it almost hit him. It was coming in his direction, but dove down a little fast for ball one. The 1-0 pitch. Looked like a check swing. They're going to call it his first strike. They're going to say he came across the plate for an even count. The 1-1. Hit directly with the shortstop for a beautiful first out. What a beautiful throw by Jackson Ingram. Boy, he's had some great fielding plays these past 2 days, locking down that shortstop position. James Green II batting second, ironically enough, for the Generals, down to their last out of the inning. That first pitch is called a ball one. The 1-0. Hit directly to Wyatt Campbell for an easy force out and an easy retiring of the side for Staunton. As we move to the bottom of the third, where the Braves are going to get to hit again. I'd like to thank tonight's sponsors, Centera, Henry Funeral Home, Premier Moving, and Chick-fil-A. Thank you for everything you do for Staunton Braves baseball. Uh-oh. I'm hearing Dizzy Bat again. Here we go.
The rules are very simple. 10 spins.
We had a
First to get out to the center.
interesting Dizzy Bat matchup last night
You guys ready?
with
3, 2,
the gentleman
1,
stiff-arming the lady. So if you don't know the rules at Dizzy Ball, they got to spin around with the bat on their head 10 times.
takes off.
This looks like it's two little kids out here having some fun.
And Weston takes it.
Couldn't hear the kid's name, but congratulations to the man in the gray. I think he's rocking no sleeves. It's a little chilly for that man. What are we doing? He's got the sweatpants on, so at least he's somewhat warm. Kid has some aura, though, so congratulations to that young man. As we get ready for the bottom of the third and a Braves hit, Braves batting order coming up. Still no score this evening. But as we know from last night's game against the Lumberjacks, that can change very, very fast at an alarming rate. Back at the top of the batting order for Staunton as Lincoln Pack is back up to bat. Got a chance to be on base after he walked in the first inning. And he's off to a good start for that potentially happening again with a ball one to start his at-bat. The 1-0 in the dirt for ball two. The 2-0 count. Called strike one. The 2-1 count. Tipped back. That's why we got the net, folks. Thanks to Dave Brooks Electric for that once again. Shameless little plug right there. They saved potential harm with their donation of their equipment. So once again, thank you, Dave Brooks Electric, for that play right there. Even count 2-2. Top Dickinson throwing a ball there. Full count. The full count. Hit directly to White. Dickinson assisting on the out, and that's going to be out number one. Jackson Ingram gets another shot at it. Swung on and missed for a strike one. The 0-1 count. Inside for a ball one. The 1-1. Called outside for a ball. 2-1 count. Oh, we got multiple kids rocking those socks tonight. Ingram's rocking them too. Fantastic. As that 2-1 pitch goes foul off his bat for a 2-2 even count. Here's the pitch. Called high for a full count. Three-two. Inside. So Jackson Ingram is going to draw a walk here. And a runner on first base, which is one out for Staunton. As Wyatt Pfeiffer comes back up to bat. You take a look on the Staunton Braves Instagram. Wyatt Pfeiffer got to talk to a few of our interns about his pregame routine and his thought process and his mindset going into games. And it was the thought process behind attempting to steal home plate to win the game as Jackson Ingram steals second as soon as I said that. But yeah, please check out the interview with Wyatt Pfeiffer about his thought process stealing home plate to win the game last night against the Covington Lumberjacks. That is Staunton Braves on Instagram, on the Instagram story. As Pfeiffer swings and misses for an even count, 1-1. The 1-1. Swung on and missed for a 1-2 count. The 1-2. Hit directly. Ingram's going to get back to second safely, but Buchanan finishes the grab.
Now batting number 14.
Nice little snag from Buchanan there. Short stop for tonight for the Generals. As Wyatt Campbell comes back up to bat. Campbell plays his college ball at Florida Southern College. He's from Ocala, Florida. He's looking forward to potentially bringing Jackson Ingram home for the first run of the game as he takes a strike one. The 0-1 pitch. Inside, almost hit him. 1-1 count. Good reflexes there from Wyatt Campbell. Getting himself out of the way of potential danger. The 1-1 in the dirt for a 2-1 count. Over there in the Waynesboro bullpen, they have number 5, Jaden Mathin, warming up. Sophomore from Taylorville, Illinois, playing his college ball at Joliet Junior College. But Dickinson still on the mound here with a 2-1 count. Called foul ball. So a 2-2 even count here. 2 outs, 1 out left in the inning. The 2-2. Hit center field, but Green is going to get under it. And that is the end of the third inning. Man, just a little over roughly 45 minutes into this game. We're in the top of the fourth. So we're flying through this thing. A blanket because it's so windy outside. One of our lovely interns, Mr. Ben Yaloff, giving out a blanket to keep people cozy here at the ballpark, because at the Staunton Braves we do believe fans come first. So whatever makes our fans comfortable, promotional events like this is a wonderful reason why. Hope everybody is having a fantastic day, whether you're sitting at home or on the road or joining in on the live stream while you're at the game. Hope you're having a wonderful day. My name is Ethan Dufresne. It is a blessing to be here with y'all tonight. Tompkins is going to stay in the game for the Braves. So far, so good from him. Top of the fourth inning here. Please come out to our next home game, Wednesday, June 4th, a rematch against the Covington Lumberjacks. That you're not going to want to miss that one. You can get your free tickets at CMA Valley dealerships. I know I was talking about how much I like the Braves uniforms earlier, but Waynesboro has some sweet-looking unis too. Reminded me of a Harrisburg Senators kind of vibe.
Leading off for the Generals.
Affiliate of the
White.
Major League Baseball Washington Nationals, 2019 World Series champions. As Dickinson throws first pitch of the inning, and that one's tipped foul. And it's going to be an 0-1 count. White up to bat to start out the inning for Waynesboro. As that ball goes outside for an even count. You know, across the board tonight, we're not seeing either of these teams really aggressive swinging. Outside of the at-bat from Matt McGovern batting ninth tonight for Staunton. But we're seeing a lot of passive bats, which is a really interesting sight to see after having 13 total runs last night. And Waynesboro, although they lost to Harrisonburg last night, still put up 10 runs in the game. So this team is not afraid to swing the bat and to put some runs on the board. So I'm really curious to see how this one folds out. As White tips that one foul again for a full count. Full count. Hit into left field. Is that going to make the gap? No, it will not. Snagged by Pack. So first out of the inning for Waynesboro as Alex Martin comes up to bat. The left fielder batting fourth tonight for Waynesboro. My apologies. Called strike one on the first pitch of the at-bat. Oh, 0-1 count. In the dirt for ball one. The 1-1. Hit to left field. It looks like Pack's going to get under it. And he will for an out two. Designated hitter number 36, Kyle Baxt, is back up to bat. He's from Wellington, Florida, playing his college ball at Oberlin College. Not too far from Cleveland and Lake Erie, out there in Northeast Ohio. Cool to see him, not probably 6-7 hours away from home, as he swings at it there for an even count. Called ball two. The 2-1 hit, popped up. Looks like Ingram's going to get it, and he will. So that is the end of the side for Waynesboro. Another scoreless inning for Waynesboro Generals. See if Staunton can change the narrative here on this ball game.
Once again, that winning.
So that is the end of the day for Dickinson after 4 scoreless innings, 3 scoreless innings.
For the Generals from Joliet.
Jaden Mathon, warming up earlier, mentioned in the dugout. He's taking over for Dickinson. After 3 scoreless innings from Dickinson, but a lot of balls in the dirt, a lot of outside zone pitches. Again, Staunton not being super aggressive. So Waynesboro managers feel that a change is needed. And we will see how this affects the Staunton Braves bats. I would like to thank Chick-fil-A for feeding the Braves tonight, Braves players and coaches. If you or anyone you may know is interested in providing a post-game meal for Braves players and coaches, please talk to Miss Joyce. The catcher, Mikey Urbaniak, getting a second shot at batting. Longwood Lancer, not too far from here. Typically known for a couple NCAA March Madness runs. 1-0 count. Called strike one. Even count. Mathon throws his second ball of the at-bat. Mathon, like I mentioned, a sophomore from Taylorville, Illinois. Two one, tipped off foul, so 2-2 count. The 2-2. Outside for ball 3. Full count. Chopped at direct. Oh! Hits off his forearm. And Urbaniak is going to be safe at first base. What a brutal bounce for White, the first baseman tonight for the Generals. And that will be considered an error.
Now batting number 21 from Radford.
Pacheski back up to bat. First pitch is counted as a ball 1. The 1-0. Ball 2. Two 0 count. Ball is inside again. A wild pitch as Urbaniak advances to second. Coaches are going to hold him off. Looked like he thought about potentially going to third there, but nonetheless, a stolen base for Urbaniak. And now a runner is in scoring position for the Staunton Braves. Still a 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. Called strike one. The 3-1. Ball is outside, and that is a walk. So runners at first and second for Staunton.
Now batting for the Braves, number 46.
As Drew Beard comes up to the plate with a chance to put the first run of the game on the board. 0 outs. First pitch, stealing. They're going to send them back as the bunt went foul. Yo, 1 count. Hit. Brought down. Urbaniak is going to advance to third, and now runners are on the corners with just 1 out. So one deeply hit ball, deeply hit sac fly could very well potentially put the first run on the board for the game earned by the Staunton Braves. Rahman back up to bat. Empty count pitch. Called strike one. The 0-1 pitch. Hit. They're going to force him out, and they got him. What a amazing play by the Waynesboro shortstop, Buchanan. And that's going to be 2 outs, getting rid of the man on third. And that leaves just 1 runner in scoring position still. But they got to move back a base. Matt McGovern, the 9-hitter, up to bat. 2 outs left. 2 outs, 1 to go as he swings and misses again. Probably the most aggressive swinger tonight for Staunton. Looking like he's really trying to knock one out of the park. The 0-1 count. So attempts to steal. It's going to go foul. They're going to send him back. 0-2 count. Mathin throws the pitch. And McGovern, the aggressiveness works. Coming to the plate, and the first run of the game is scored. Pachewski scores the first run of the game for Staunton. And Staunton takes a 1-0 lead. What a fantastic job by Matt McGovern, the 9-hitter. Like I said, an aggressive swinging at the bat tonight. It paid off. Braves up 1-0. 2 outs left. Attending the steal, they're going to let them steal. Runners on second and third now. 1-0 count for Pack. Pack has a great opportunity here to start running away with the lead. As he hits it deep into left field, and that is gone! Jackson Pack. And the ump calls it a home run. Jackson Pack, a 3-run home run, gives Staunton out of nowhere a 4-0 lead. What a fantastic hit. Beautiful contact over the tall left field wall of John Moxley Stadium. That is not an easy place to hit, folks. But he did just that. The leadoff hitter gives Staunton a 3-0 lead. Extra 3 runs for a 4-0 lead. Jackson Ingram comes up to bat as the first ball is 1-0. So if you're Waynesboro, obviously can't change the past. But the way Dickinson was playing out there, how much of this is a Waynesboro pitching issue? Or how much of this is a Staunton Braves just lighting up the bats kind of scenario? You got to be thinking about that in the back of your head if you're the Waynesboro Generals at this point in time. But as we saw last night, these games are far from over. As Ingram takes another ball for a 3-0 count. Three-0 pitch. Called strike one. 3-1 count. Tipped off and foul, so a full count for Jackson Ingram. The full count pitch. Swung on and missed. And that is the end of the fourth inning. A 4-run end of the inning for Staunton. Puts our first runs on the board. As we go to the top of the fifth. I'd like to thank tonight's sponsors, Centera, Henry Funeral Home, Premier Moving, and Chick-fil-A. Please come out to our next game, Wednesday, June 4th. Covington Lumberjacks. I don't know why I keep saying that. Covington Lumberjacks are coming back to Staunton, Virginia. If you can't make it, I'll still be here on the call. So please do not worry. But if you can make it, please absolutely come on out to the park. It is a fantastic time. We've had a whole bunch of people here. It is a wonderful opportunity to see the Staunton community come together and rejoice over some fantastic baseball that we've seen the past 14, 15 innings. Mason Tompkins is going to stay on the mound for the Braves, looking to continue the shutout of the Waynesboro Generals. First pitch called, strike one for Nelson. third baseman. Miles Nelson from Cottage Grove, Wisconsin, playing at Hartford Community College. The 0-2 count. With the 0-2 count. Hit deep into left field. That's going to make the gap. Nelson's going to stay at first base. So a base hit for Miles Nelson gets Waynesboro on the diamond early. Jackson Pate looking to advance his buddy out on first base, Miles Nelson. Tompkins throws the first pitch. And it's called strike one. Oh, 1 count. Ball is outside for a even 1-1. One and one. Called ball 2. The 2-1 pitch. Outside again for a 3-1 count. Three one. Swung on and missed, so a full count for Pate. Full count. Swung on and missed. So a lot of balls early for Tompkins, but he hunkers down and gets the strikeout on Jackson Pate as Peyton Shipman is coming up to bat. Miles Nelson still on first base. 1 out. Called ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Called strike 1, even 1-1. Reminder that the Valley Baseball League and Valley League Baseball are funded in part by a donation from Major League Baseball. Called ball 2. Two-one pitch. Swung on. Deep left field. And it looks like Pack secures it as Nelson runs back to first base. Fantastic pursuit from Jackson Pack. Lincoln Pack, correction. Lincoln Pack had a fantastic pursuit back there.
Now batting number 50.
Very well hit by Shipman, no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, we still got 2 outs. Miles Nelson is still on first base as Hamilton, the catcher, is up to bat. Ball's high for a ball 1. Bryson Hamilton from Norfolk, Virginia, also playing his ball at the Virginia Military Institute, VMI. The 1-0 pitch. Hit on shallow infield, and the force out on Hamilton is out number 3. So we move to the bottom of the 5th. Staunton looking to extend their lead from 4.
Once again, the winner
We would like to
comes
thank
for the
Chick-fil-A
Cup
tonight.
number 11.
Not only one of our sponsors, but they're feeding the Braves players tonight. If you are interested in providing a post-game meal for the Braves players and coaches, please contact Miss Terry at your earliest convenience. Haven't seen the Chick-fil-A cows come out in a bit. When we had audio issues, I was talking about how Chick-fil-A cows are out here taking pictures, handing out some free dessert, it sounds like. So we are grateful for the Chick-fil-A organization as a whole, from food to hospitality. They have been fantastic for this community, and they've been fantastic for Staunton Braves baseball. So we appreciate Chick-fil-A for everything that they do. So after giving up 5 runs in the 4th, Jaden Mathon is staying in this game for the Generals. A lot of people out in the lawn today behind our bleachers, cheering on some fantastic baseball all around from both teams.
Leading off for the Braves.
As Wyatt Pfeiffer leads off the bottom of the 5th for the Braves. Mathon's first pitch is hit on in the infield, and they are going to just get Pfeiffer in time for an easy out number 1. Wyatt Campbell up next for Staunton. First pitch down in the dirt for a ball 1. One 0 pitch. Low again for a ball 2. Two 0 pitch. Hit on Wyatt Campbell, but it's going to be direct. Oh, it goes over his head. Martin couldn't get down with it, and that is going to be a double for Wyatt Campbell. Well, from up here, that looked like your traditional flyout. But Martin couldn't get under. Went over Martin's head. Had to kind of put his pedal on the gas to efficiently get to second. As Urbaniak is back up to bat. That's a ball 1. Runner in scoring position. Wyatt Campbell can run. So something deep enough, at least for a sacrifice, would do justice for this Braves team. Mathon on the 1-0 pitch. And it's popped up inside. He can't get down with it. But it is called a foul ball. So even though the ball bounced inside and popped up, and the third baseman, Nelson, could not get down with it, that ball went foul before it crossed the base. So Pachevsky is going to have to walk on back from first and continue this at bat. 1-1 count, 1 out. Still that runner in scoring position. The 1-1 pitch. In the dirt for a ball 2. Two one count. Ball 3. The 3-1. Called ball 4. So Pachewski was going to go on first base anyway. Runners on first and second as Drew Beard, the James Madison Duke. As Pachewski comes back up, my apologies. Urbaniak is on first base. Pachewski is now up to bat. First pitch. Popped up. For strike 1. The 0-1. Runners looking to steal. Pachewski hits it deep, so they're going to have to tag back up. But he gets that throw in perfectly. Maybe if they would have stayed, potentially, Nelson could have had
Now batting number 46, Drew.
Campbell could have had a chance to go to third base, and we could have had runners on corners, but they advanced too far ahead to where that is not the case for Staunton. As Mathin's about to get a talking to at the mound. Looks like he's going to stay out there. Wasn't too long of a conversation. Probably just a little, hey, lock in, you got this, which sometimes always helps. As a former athlete myself, I wasn't very good. He's better than I am at baseball than I was at football. So, but for me personally, that always tried to help, even though it never really worked for me. But nonetheless, that was more of a reflection of my skill, less than the conversation. As Drew Beard comes up, gets a 1-0 count. In the dirt again for a ball 2. The 2-0. Hit on. They're gonna get under it. Shipman's gonna get under it, and that is the end of the 5th. We move to the top of the 6th. Still 4-0. Staunton. Please come out next Wednesday, June 4th, for when the Braves next play at Moxie Stadium versus the Covington Lumberjacks. Get your free tickets at CMA Valley dealerships. The Braves play away tomorrow against the Strasburg Express for a 3rd game in a row as they look to go into that game undefeated. Gorgeous Stanton skyline out in the outfield, obviously, once again. Clouds with them trees, always looking fantastic. I'd like to thank everybody who's joining in live with us right now. My name is Ethan Dufresne. It's a blessing to have you guys here as we go through this season together. 19 more games after tonight that you get to hear from me. So I'm looking forward to building that connection with all of you guys as we go through Staunton Braves home baseball together. Seth Buchanan up to bat for the Waynesboro Generals here in the top of the 6th. Waynesboro trying to chip into that lead a little bit, as Tompkins is still out there, having a pretty good game so far. Scoreless, shutout, as that first pitch goes for a ball. That ball is popped up, and Wyatt Campbell gets under it for out number 1. So it looks like Staunton is warming up a pitcher. From out here, it looks like it would be Evan Kohler from Orange City, Florida, playing his college ball at the University of South Florida. The Bulls out of Tampa, right next to the wonderful Busch Gardens, Tampa, just down the street. USF. As Green gets down on an 0-1 count. 1 out, no men on base. Tompkins on the 0-1 pitch. Hit very, very well. But Drew Beard does a fantastic job getting under it. Again, another fantastically hit deep ball in one of the deeper parts of this ballpark. But just not enough to get over the hump. As White comes up to bat with 2 outs. Tompkins on the 0-0 pitch. Called strike 1. The 0-1 hit directly to Pack, and Pack's going to bring it in for an easy 3 outs for Staunton. And will they bring, is that Mickey Mouse? We got Mickey Mouse and Staunton Brave Boy out there in center field.
If I could bring everyone's attention out to center field, we have the mascot race of the day sponsored by Chick-fil-A. Are we ready, Mickey?
Chick-fil-A mascot race.
Are we ready?
Not including the Chick-fil-A cow. We got Mr. Mickey Mouse.
3, 2, 1.
Let's see how this works. Oh, I think Mickey Mouse cheated. Mickey Mouse got a false start. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are we going to do here?
Oh, that was a false start. Boo. Boo, Mickey Mouse.
They just booed Mickey Mouse in center field. Mickey Mouse cheated. I don't know if the boo was worthy in front of all the whole crowd, but love to see our Staunton Braves fan engagement interns working some creativity, making a fantastic night of entertainment for everybody here at John Moxley Stadium. We don't just got baseball. We got Mickey Mouse running from center field down the left foul line, although he cheated. So Jaden Mathin is going to stay out here for Waynesboro. Looks like the wind kind of died down a little bit here in Staunton, Virginia. As Rahman swings and misses on the first pitch. 0-1 count. Mathin tips it off foul. Rahman tips it off foul for 0-2 count. The 0-2 count down in the dirt for a 1-2 count. The 1-2 inside for a ball 2, so we got an even count. Here in the bottom of the 6th. 2-2 outside, so we got a full count. The 3-2 hit directly to Mathin, and a nice force out to White for out number 1. So the 9-hitter that started the runs for Staunton tonight, Mr. Matt McGovern, is up to bat. As he bunts and that goes foul. The 0-1. Check swing. They're going to call it they're going to say that he crossed the plate, and that's going to be 0-2 for Matt McGovern. The 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, wild pitch. Ball 1. Full count, tipped off foul. Apologies for the difficulties there. We should be all good to keep this broadcast up and kicking. As McGovern draws a walk. So a runner on first base as Staunton goes back to the top of the batting order with Lincoln Pack, the left fielder. Hit that 2-run home run earlier to continue the lead. 0-1. Called strike. Yeah, I mean, again, that was a fantastic home run by Lincoln Pack earlier in this game. Completely momentum shifting as that ball goes outside for an even count at 1-1. Tallest part of the fence. Deep, one of the deepest parts of the fence. Definitely up there. Just an impressive ball smoked by Lincoln Pack to extend the lead for Staunton. As we go 2-1 on this count. The 2-1. This runner stealing, popped up. He's going to have to go back. Took him a while to get up from second base. So some of the fans here were yelling, go back, go back, go back. Because if he didn't make it back, they could have forced him out. That could be the end of the inning.
Now batting number 9, Jackson.
Luckily, though, for him, he made it back in time. McGovern had some fast speed. But, yeah, it was a little interesting watching him take a while to come up from that second base, especially when the ball was caught in shallow left field. Ingram's up as he tips his first pitch foul. Staunton kid playing his ball for the West Virginia Mountaineers. The 0-1. Down in the dirt, McGovern gets that base back. Stolen base from the pursuit. So now a runner in scoring position for Staunton. The 1-1. It's a high ball. 2-1. The 2-1. Called strike 2. So an even count once again for Ingram. Here's the pitch. McGovern stealing again, and he is going to effectively get to third. His second stolen base, this time around the diamond. And a full count for Ingram. So a potential runner on the corner situation here for Staunton. Here's the pitch. That's a walk. Hey, McGovern advanced up a little bit. Could we have seen a Pfeiffer 2.0? Would they have tried to? Was he thinking in the back of his mind, hey, Pfeiffer, I can steal home too? Ended up not, though, and runners are on the corners for the Staunton Braves as Wyatt Pfeiffer is now up to bat. Again, like last night, this kid was doing things I have never seen before in all my years of watching and analyzing baseball as he takes strike 1. A walk-off, stolen home to win the game is unheard of at pretty much any level of baseball. So the fact that we can see things that you don't see too often here in the Shenandoah Valley with Valley League Baseball is just a fantastic sight to see, and I'm looking forward to the type of play that we've been seeing these past 18 innings throughout the league this year. As that is a wild pitch, McGovern's going to go to home plate. He will score. So it is a 5-0 ball game. McGovern put his foot on the gas. That ball was deep enough up against the fence to where he could effectively score. And along with that, Ingram advanced to second with a 2-1 count for Wyatt Pfeiffer here with a runner in scoring position. The 2-1 pitch. Tipped off foul. Even count, 2s for Wyatt Pfeiffer. The 2-2. Hit into the shallow infield. And that is an easy force out for Waynesboro. We've reached the end of the 6th inning, moving into the top of the 7th. Waynesboro has to put some pep in their bats in order to catch up with the Staunton Braves, who are base running fantastic, stealing bases extremely well, good contact. We've seen some home runs. We've seen some power hitting. Across the board, a great day for the Staunton Braves bats. We'd like to thank some of our sponsors this evening: Centera, Henry Funeral Home, Premier Moving, and Chick-fil-A. Thank you for everything you do for Staunton Braves baseball. We have a new pitcher, so Mason Tompkins is done for the night. This is reliever number 34, Evan Keller, from Orange City, Florida. Senior, playing his ball at the University of South Florida. Looking to continue what Mason Tompkins started. What a fantastic outing for Mason Tompkins. Good strikeouts caught, catching them swinging, but also shutout outing. At the end of the day, that's the most important stat that matters. Giving your guys the opportunity to potentially make mistakes if they were to come, God forbid, and to minimize the effect that that has on the baseball game is extremely huge. So what a fantastic outing from Mickey Tompkins. And Evan Keller is looking to continue that combined shutout tonight for the Braves. Apologize for the more issues that we're having here. We're working on fixing it. But it is a 2-0 count. A pinch hitting opportunity for Waynesboro's number 24, Cole Turner. Plays his college ball at Embry-Riddle University from Decatur, Georgia. So as we continue our broadcast here, sorry for the technical difficulties. We're working with what we have with the circumstances that we will figure out after this broadcast so that it does not happen again for Wednesday. As Turner hits it shallow infield and forces a out. Wyatt Campbell, good snag for out number 2. Top of the 7th here. Called strike 1 for Nelson. So far, good appearance so far from Keller this inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit into shallow left field. What a throw! Wyatt Pfeiffer showed a little Jose Ramirez kind of fielding out there. Maybe a little Nolan Arenado. I'm going to go with Jose Ramirez because that's actively the best third baseman in Major League Baseball. I'm hearing Machado. I strongly disagree. I might be a little biased, but yeah. That's an issue we'll figure out later. We're moving into the bottom of the 7th. What a fantastic fielding play from Wyatt Pfeiffer nonetheless. No matter who you agree the best third baseman in baseball is. That was a phenomenal play and a phenomenal snag by Wyatt Campbell as well. So if you're Waynesboro, you got a new pitcher in here. Number 11, Garrison White is out here from Lewisburg College, Virginia Beach, Virginia native. Brother of Parker Wright? Sophomore. He's going to come in and try and limit the Staunton bats to the best of their ability. We'd like to thank Chick-fil-A tonight for feeding our Braves players and coaches. If you or somebody else is interested in helping supply a meal for the Braves players, coaches, you'd like to help out with that, please contact Ms. Joyce, our lovely concession stand manager who's doing a fantastic job night in and night out. Wyatt Campbell back up to bat, trying to add more runs to the Braves' total. As White throws his first pitch, and it is tipped for a foul ball. Swung on and missed. That's an 0-2 count for Wyatt Campbell. The 0-2 pitch. Called ball one. The 1-2 pitch popped up in shallow right field. Multiple people trying to go after it. Can't finish with it, but it lands foul. So Wyatt Campbell is going to have another shot at this at-bat. I don't know if that was a communication mishap or just not seeing the ball correctly, but that's one out that Waynesboro sure hopes that they could have came down with. Because the last thing you want is a guy like Wyatt Campbell getting another opportunity to smoke one deep down this ballpark. Nonetheless, we're here. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. And it's called high for a ball two. Popped up. Can't come down with it either. Man. So that's hit foul. 2-2. Wyatt Campbell still fighting through this thing. That ball's down in the dirt for a full count, 3-2. Here's the pitch. Check swing, called ball 4. So a potential out that was mishapped by the Generals turned into Wyatt Campbell, who is a great base runner on first base. One of the last things you'd want to see if you're a Generals fan right now. Urbaniak up next to bat. Pretty good day so far. As White throws the first pitch. Called strike one. The 0-1. As Urbaniak bunts. Urbaniak forced out at 1, but that advances Campbell to scoring position at second base. Zach Pachensky now up to bat with a runner in scoring position, only one out. It's the first pitch. Swung deep into the gap in left field. Wyatt Campbell is going to score, and Pachemski has an RBI double to extend the Braves' lead to 6 here in the bottom of the 7th. What a remarkable piece of contact from Zach Pachemski
Now batting number 46.
to extend the Staunton lead. As Drew Beard comes up to bat and now is trying to score Pachemski from the same spot. Here's the first pitch. Called strike 1. The 0-1. Swung on and missed 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3 for out number 2. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Called ball 1. It's fouled off for a 1-2 count. The 1-2. As Pachemski tries to steal third, he can get in there. Called safe. There was a little bit of, I guess, debate rather from Waynesboro that Pachemski's foot left the bag, but ump calls him safe and the base is stolen. So runner on third, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swung on and missed by Rahman. And that is the end of the 7th inning. We just had a 50-50 winner win $153 here at the ballpark tonight, including your price of a ticket. That is roughly, if my math is correct, a $146 profit, so not too shabby of a night for that. Lucky fan. Please come out Wednesday, June 4th, if you're interested in potentially winning a 50-50 raffle. Who knows? Maybe it's your lucky day. We're playing the Covington Lumberjacks here at John Moxley Stadium. Yours truly on the call. Please get your free tickets at CMA Valley dealerships here in Staunton. So Kaiser Harrington, number 9 for the Generals, is pinch hitting right now. Harrington from Midlothian, Texas, playing his college ball at the University of Texas, Arlington. As he attempts a bunt, can't make contact, so that's going to be a strike 1 as his bat crossed the plate. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on hard and missed for an 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2. Made contact, so he's going to stay alive. 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Down in the dirt for a 1-2 count. Ball number 1. It's getting a little chilly out here right now here in Staunton, Virginia. As the sun's fully tucked away for the 1-2 pitch. Check swing. They're going to say he did not cross the plate, so it is 2-2. The 2-2. Swung on. Gap down near second base. And Kaiser Harrington has himself a single. Peyton Shipman, the right fielder, back up to bat, looking to potentially score Harrington here. Here's the opening pitch. Down in the dirt. Harrington's going to stay at first. The 1-0. Outside, 2-0 count. Attempted pickoff play does not work out. The 2-0. Called ball 3. 3-0 count. Called first strike, 3-1 count. Here's the 3-1. Called strike 2, so full count on the play for Peyton Shipman. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. So after a scare, Keller finishes the job after giving up 3 balls.
Hamilton.
Finishes off with a strikeout. That is a call ball one for Bryson Hamilton, VMI freshman. A pickoff play. The ball goes away. Campbell can't hold on to it. And Harrington is safe at second base. Now that is some fantastic base running from Kaiser Harrington. That was full-blown natural speed from that kid right there. The 1-0, tipped foul. 1-1. The 1-1. Swung on, foul. 1-2 count. That was fair. That could have been a momentum-changing play for the Waynesboro Generals. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed for another strikeout from Keller. Looking to finish off the side. Right here. Back up to the top of the order for Waynesboro.
Now batting Seth Buchanan.
With Buchanan coming back up. Here's the pitch. Called strike one. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ball is bobbled. Harrington is going to stay at second base. 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Evan Keller strikes out the side for the Staunton Braves. And the shutout continues for Staunton as we head to the bottom of the 8th. We'd like to thank Chick-fil-A again for feeding our team tonight, players and coaches. If you would like to potentially make a meal for Staunton in the near future,
the winner of the SNW microwave
please contact Miss Joyce.
goes to Will
Congrats to Will Pemwick for winning the giveaway that just occurred. Garrison White is going to stay in for Waynesboro. Here we go for the bottom of the 8th. Staunton trying to continue pushing their lead as Matt McGovern is up to bat as he tips his first pitch off foul, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. McGovern bunts. It stays fair, and White can't get his glove on it. So McGovern is going to get to first base. That's a tough play to make, especially if you're Garrison White. The fact that you got to pursue towards the ball, knowing how fast of a guy McGovern is, that's a tough play to make. And it ends up leaving with McGovern on first base. Back at the top of the order, Lincoln Pack is up as that ball goes outside in a 1-0 count. Pickoff play does not go for the Generals. The 1-0. Looks like it might have. They're going to say Pack wasn't hit by the pitch. But that leaves McGovern advancing to scoring position at second base. Looked like from up here it might have hit his helmet, but ump says no, and Pack seems to be okay, so we can continue playing ball. 2-0 count for Lincoln Pack. 2-0 pitch. Swung on. Out to center field. Caught. McGovern advances to third. Is he safe? Yes, he is. So a runner at third. And the sack advance for Lincoln Pack. As Jackson Ingram is back up to bat. Potential chance for an RBI up here. Garrison White having a little visit to the mound. Talk things over real quick here in the bottom of the 8th. Stays out there. But hit by the pitch on the first pitch of the at-bat. So runners on the corners with Jackson Ingram getting hit. Now Wyatt Pfeiffer back up to bat with runners on the corners. Called ball 1. Ingram stealing base. Hamilton thought about throwing it, but decided against it when he analyzed the situation. So runners at second and third here for Wyatt Pfeiffer, 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Outside for an even count of 2-2. The 2-2. Gapped into center field. McGovern's going to score. Here comes Ingram, and that is a 2-run single for Wyatt Pfeiffer, extending the Staunton lead to 8.
Now batting Wyatt Campbell.
Wyatt Campbell is now up to bat. Pfeiffer on first. Only one out. Here's the pitch. Called strike one. Pickoff play does not go. The 0-1 pitch. Called ball one, so even count. One and one. Ball high, called ball two. The 2-1 pitch. Tipped foul. Even count 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Called strike three. So White strikes out Wyatt Campbell. And that is the second out here in the bottom of the eighth. The catcher, Mikey Urbaniak, back up to bat, hoping to get Pfeiffer to start running around those bases. First pitch, down in the dirt, called ball one. The 1-0. Hit deep right field. No doubt about it. Mikey Urbaniak smoked that thing into deep right field, into the trees. There might be some poison ivy back there. I don't know. Nobody's getting that ball for a while. So a double-digit lead for Staunton, and it is a 10-0 ball game. And that is a mercy rule. That is the end of the ball game. So the Staunton Braves move to 2-0 on the year in just 8 innings. What a fantastic performance from the Staunton Braves. A team in Waynesboro that put up 10 last night against the Harrisonburg Turks gets shut out in 8 tonight. Fantastic base running, deep home runs, fantastic all around the board for Staunton. So a combined shutout leads them to 2-0 as they take the trip to Strasburg tomorrow night. Waynesboro falls to 0-2 on the year. And Staunton looking to continue their perfect season through the weekend. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you guys here with me tonight. Through all the technical difficulties, I praise you for sticking in there. My name is Ethan Dufresne. It has been a blessing to be with you guys tonight. And please, if you can, come out on Wednesday, June 4th. We get to see the Lumberjacks again. And just like we saw yesterday, that's a matchup that everybody wants to see. But if you can't make it to the game, I will be here as well. So please, tune in or come out and watch the Staunton Braves take on Covington for the second time this season. Staunton moves to 2-0. Waynesboro falls to 0-2. It's been a pleasure having you out this evening. My name's Ethan Dufresne, and I will see you Wednesday, June 4th, back here at John Moxley Stadium. Take care, everybody.